The Abyss. Verses in honor of Master Shinran Shonen by Gansen John Welch. We move with increasing speed ever closer to the abyss, seemingly intent on plunging like lemmings over the fatal precipice. The point of no return rapidly approaches. The time draws near when we must decide whether or not we usher in a new dark age. The previous dark age lasted 1,000 years. The choice between freedom or slavery is clear, and we must use all our knowledge, wisdom and intelligence to choose wisely and make the right decision. Not to choose or to make the wrong choice will inevitably lead to disaster and potential annihilation. But the truth is that we are living in the age of Mappo, or the age of Dharma decline, during which human beings in samsara are incapable of freeing themselves from suffering. Self-power practices are useless and futile, yet we behave worse than headless chickens or brainless sheep, blindly following our evil leaders, leading us into prison, catastrophe and defeat. Yet all too often we ignore and revile the truth-tellers and the wise. We refuse to compromise and betray the truths of human experience, proven by personal present and historical evidence. But the laws of nature and science cannot be ignored if we wish to avoid further pain and suffering. The wise and compassionate Dharma Masters know and do their very best to show that the only way to forever eliminate the endless suffering of samsara is to become enlightened through faith in Amida and his supreme primal vow. So let us listen now to Amida Dharma, the only way to receive the great gift of shinjin, or faith, and we will begin to see the depth of our helplessness and folly, and after death become finally free in Amida's pure land, Sukhavati. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. Thank you, Amida Buddha. I take refuge in Amida Buddha. Homage to Amida Buddha. The above verses were inspired by the following passages from the works of Master Shinran Shonen. Chapter on Shinjin 3. A collection of passages revealing the true shinjin of the Pure Land Way, compiled by Gotoko Shinran, disciple of Shakyamuni. Preface. As I reflect, I find that our attainment of shinjin arises from the heart and mind with which Amida Tathagata selected the vow, and that the clarification of true mind has been taught for us through the skillful works of compassion of the great sage, Shakyamuni. But the monks and laity of this latter age and the religious teachers of these times are floundering in concepts of self-nature and mind only, and they disparage the true realization of enlightenment in the Pure Land Way, or lost in the self-power attitude of meditative and non-meditative practices. They are ignorant of true shinjin, which is diamond-like. Here I, Gotoko Shinran, disciple of Shakyamuni, reverently embrace the true teaching of the Buddhas and the Tathagatas, and look to the essential meaning of the treatises and commentaries of the Masters. Fully guided by the beneficent light of the 3 sutras, I seek in particular to clarify the luminous passage on the mind that is single. I will pose questions concerning it, and then present clear testimony in which explanation is found. Mindful solely of the depth and vastness of the Buddha's benevolence, I am unconcerned about being personally abused. Let companions who aspire for the Pure Land and all who abhor this defiled world accept or discard what they will of this work, but let them not ridicule the teaching. Reverently contemplating Amida's directing of virtue for our going forth, I find there is great shinjin. Great shinjin is the superlative means for attaining longevity and deathlessness. It is the wondrous way to awaken aspiration for the pure and rejection of the defiled. It is the straightforward mind directed to us through the selected vow. It is shinjin that actualizes Amida's profound and vast benefiting of others. It is true mind that is diamond-like and indestructible. It is pure shinjin by which a person easily reaches the Pure Land, where no one goes. It is the mind that is single, realized by the person who is grasped and protected by the compassionate light. It is great shinjin, rare and unsurpassed. It is the quick path, difficult for people to accept. It is the true cause of attaining great nirvana. It is the white path by which all virtues are fulfilled instantly. It is the ocean of shinjin that is itself suchness or true reality. This mind arises from the vow of birth through the Nembutsu. This great vow is known as the selected primal vow, the vow of the threefold mind of the primal vow, the vow of sincere mind and entrusting, and further may be called the vow of shinjin, which is Amida's directing of virtue for our going forth. For the foolish and ignorant who are ever sinking in birth and death, the multitudes turning in transmigration, it is not attainment of the unexcelled, incomparable fruit of enlightenment that is difficult. The genuine difficulty is realizing true and real shinjin. Why? Because this realization takes place through the Tathagata's supportive power, because it comes about wholly through the power of great compassion and all-embracing wisdom. If pure shinjin should be realized, that mind will not be inverted, that mind will not be vain or false. Thereupon, that sentient being of extreme evil, profound and immense, will realize the mind of great joy and receive the veneration and love of all the sacred honored ones. The Sutra passages. The Sutra of the Tathagata of Immeasurable Life states, when, upon hearing the name of the Tathagata of Immeasurable Life, sentient beings of the Buddha lands of other quarters awaken one thought moment of pure shinjin, rejoice, and cherishing Amida's directing of his roots of good to them, aspire to be born in the land of immeasurable life, then all shall be born in accord with their aspiration, attaining the stage of non-retrogression, and ultimately the supreme perfect enlightenment. Excluded are those who commit the 5 evil acts that condemn them to Avicii hell, and those who slander the right Dharma of the sages. Further, the large sutra states, the one who hears and never forgets this Dharma, but sees and reveres it, and greatly rejoices in attaining it, that person is my true companion. Therefore, awaken this mind. Further, the Sutra of the Tathagata of Immeasurable Life states, such a person is one of great, majestic virtue. He or she shall enter the preeminent gateway of the boundless Buddha Dharma. Further, it states, the virtues of the Tathagata are known solely to Buddhas. Only a world-honored one is able to reveal them. They lie beyond the grasp of Devas, Nagas, and Yakshas, and the 2 vehicles by nature are incapable of expressing them. Even if all sentient beings were to become Buddhas, perform activities surpassing even Samantabhadras, and reach the other shore, though they try to enumerate and expound the Buddha's virtues, it would not be accomplished even in incalculable kalpas. Even if, in the meantime, their bodies were to pass into extinction, still they would not have exhausted the Buddha's incomparable wisdom. For this reason, those who realize shinjin hear and are embraced by true friends, those who come to hear this profound and peerless Dharma, shall be venerated and loved by all sacred honored ones. Only Buddhas comprehend the significance and words of the teaching of the Tathagata's supreme wisdom, which pervades all space. Hence, listening well concerning the land of all-knowing wisdom, entrust yourself to the true words of my teaching. It is immensely difficult to receive human existence, and again, difficult to encounter a Tathagata's appearance in the world. The consummate wisdom of shinjin is really realized. Hence, the practitioner must be diligent. When you have actually heard this excellent Dharma, you constantly bring joy to all the Buddhas. Namo Amida Butsu.